Hey everyone, it's Fox here. Let me know if you can hear me and when you can see me, because I can't have the stream running at the same time. Do we have pictures yet? Are you seeing things with all your eyes? Anyone there? Right, yep, looks like we're up and running. I hadn't pressed play. Yeah, cool. Hey guys, how you doing? Let me know if the sound's alright. I'm on my little microphone. And it's battery at the moment, so if I suddenly go quiet and I'm not saying anything, let me know, because you're blood and gore, thank you very much. Let me know, because I won't know if my microphone dies on me. Yeah, it could be interesting. Another live stream. Let's see how much damage I can do to myself this time. Yeah, oh yeah. I've got my essential supplies. I have my enormous litre of coffee. Oh yeah. When I make my litre of coffee, it's basically 2 coffees, 4 sugars, and all the milk in the world. Because it's like 4 cups of coffee, so. Right, who have we got in so far? Maker Mike, hey. Enigma Model Making, hey dude. Hey Adam. Let's build models, hello. Wild Rider, hello. I'm trying to, if it sounds like I'm not able to read your comments, it's because it's really small on my screen. Piddlehead, hey dude. Wild Rider. Ilta Yanderwurf, hello. Ready for blood and gore, yeah. Sound is good. There will be blood. Yes, there will. Shut up. There won't be blood. There might be some blood. There might not be. There will be blood, won't there? There'll just be injuries. Right. Okay, we'll give it 5 minutes just to let people turn up, because I said 20 minutes and that was about 1:45, so yeah, got the time screwed up. So how is everybody? How are you all doing? This is where we do the little talky bit now while we wait. And I have to wait for your replies because I'm delayed, not physically, well, some would say I was. Hi mate, can't add comments on my iPad, says Stuart Lathe, who's just added a comment. Stuart, you've just added a comment. So if you can't add a comment, how have you added a comment? You broke my brain already. I haven't even started yet. Hey, Jorg. How have you... Can't add comments on my iPad. I don't get it. I don't get what you're saying. I've never actually tried doing this on iPad. Hey, dude, I'll have to... This one to Sides Explore Final Fantasy 15. Hey, guys, Rick here. Hey, dude. Yes, you and your Final Fantasy 15. Just so you know, you don't get the flying car till you finish the whole story. Sorry about that. You have to wait. You have to finish everything. But don't rush. Don't rush. Take your time. Some people have finished that in a day, you know. Oh, okay. I'm not. Wet and soggy here in Ottawa. Ew. Yeah, but what about the weather? It started, hasn't it? My terrible humour. Well, it's cold here today. Cold here. Not too cold. Just been out to the shop. First chance of the year to wear my big billowy coat. It's an old 1980s French army coat. So it's billowy coat weather, so I love billowy coat weather. Because you have to wear billowy coats. I thought you couldn't comment, Stuart. You're just messing with me now, aren't you? Yeah, I've got my new mic on, so I'm thinking I can talk quietly, which kind of makes me talk a bit slower as well. So let me know if I go too quiet. Hey, Wolfgang. How you doing? Yeah, let me know if I go too quiet, or if I start talking too fast, just let me know, because I do tend to get excited and then get carried away. Trying to think what we can talk about while we wait. Give it another couple of minutes. Trying to think of what I can talk about. What can we talk about? I don't know. What are you doing? What are you building at the moment? You put in the comments what you guys are building at the moment. Yeah, no, he says, and they're realising he's not going to get the flying car. But when you get the flying car at the end, there is a secret dungeon you can only access with the flying car. What's it called? The Regalia or something? So, yeah. So, oh, using my phone just tell you I can't post. Well, just use your phone. Am I being special? Am I being awkward? Sorry. Oh, yes, apologies as well. I'm a bit sniffly, so I might have to do a bit of sniffling every now and then. I have the tissue of nose blowing, but I don't really want to blow my nose down the microphone. Hey, TK. Best people. That little smiley looks like it's been kind of squashed. It's kind of cute. Stuart, can't you just post comments with the power of your mind? Use the power of your enormous brain. They say it will be 9 degrees tomorrow morning in Essex. Sweet. That's not bad, actually, for this time of year. See, I don't mind it when it's cold. When it's not like when it's cold and it's going to be cold all day long, but when it's a little bit crispy in the morning and you know it's a clear sky, so it's going to be all nice and sunny and a bit warm later on. I don't mind that. I quite like it, although you have to scrape ice off the car, which sucks balls. More coffee. Oh. How are we doing on these comments? Oh, not scrolling. I think it's a marshmallow. You're a marshmallow. So we have Germany, we have Netherlands, Dutchland, Holland, for where TK's from. Is it Holland? Holland. Where is it, TK? My knowledge of the Netherlands and Holland and all that kind of part of the world is really quite rubbish, actually, I'll be really honest. I'm assuming it's Dutchland. What's the plan anticipated? I am. All will be revealed. Very cold, says Wolfgang. Yeah. Telepathy. I'm not telepathic, I'm just telepathetic. It's a whole different thing. Right, should we get going? Because you've been waiting, what, 7 minutes now. Building the 172nd scale Airfix Kate and the Revell Corsair. Missed out on €20 RG Ashtray on eBay. Oh, 20 quid for an RG Ashtray. Oh, that is missing out, that. Cold, good, I can put on more clothes. Hot, and I get sued by UPS. Yeah. Netherlands, there we go. Holland is... Well, I did watch CCP Gray's sort of video explaining all about the Netherlands and how they actually... Just it's quite interesting. Go and look up... After this, obviously, go and look up CCP Gray. He's got a video explaining about the Netherlands and it's really, really confusing. Or is it Scandinavia? I don't know. It's that part of the world. Anyway. Nederlander. I'm working on a Fujimi police car number 27 and the Diago Falcon. Yes, the Diagostini Falcon. I will get back to that one day. I love Netherlands, very fuzzy memories. Yeah, I'm sure they are, Gundam fan. I'm sure they are. It's kind of the right way to have memories of the Netherlands, really. Some of those beers, if you're into that kind of thing. Right, one last swig of coffee and then we'll get going. Oh. I have 2 things on the books for tonight. What do we have? We have... First of all, I'm going to be de-spruing and de-nubbing the overexposed Ford Transit Mark II box. Getting all the parts out, getting them off the sprues to get them looking cool. I've just finished filming the first video in the build series for that. That's been sent off to eModels. It's going to be an eModels build. You didn't miss anything. We waffled for 10 minutes waiting for you. Just for you we're waiting just for you. Making models, we were waiting just for you. So now we're going to get going. Yes, so I sent off the first video in the series for the Transit Van 2 models today, so that hopefully should be with them by now. They usually pick up their emails at like 11:30 at night, so that should be up and running in the next few days, and then we'll post it up on my channel. Me, obviously it's just me. I'll post it up on my channel about a week later. Yeah, I know. I remember them gas fans. I'll explain that in a minute because I did in the unboxing video. I talked about the decals because it's just the best thing ever. The other thing we're going to do is we've got mystery noms to sort out. Now I am reliably informed by Yunso, who sent me these. Thank you so much, Paul. That despite the fact these look like packs of super noodles, and they look like super noodles, you're not supposed to add water. I even marked it for myself, no water. You're not supposed to add water to these. The only ones I'm supposed to add water to is the pots, like the ramen pots, or ramyeon, as they're called in Korea. So, reliably informed, these are just eaten dry. So, it's interesting. So, I need you to decide which one do you want. Do we want the one with the Mexican dude, who looks really angry, and that makes me scared? Do you want the one with the generic kid and the hammer? I don't know why I'm thinking that's beef. No, it's kind of cow-like and there's a sausage on it and it's flaming, so it's going to be... I mean, these are all basically going to be Korean death noodles. Let's just be honest, they're all going to be Korean death noodles. Tony will be making a list of one-liners. Tony can do non-liners, he's got the skill. Where is he anyway? He's not here, where is he? Or we have the one with the sausage on the front that's kind of going... Duh. I like that dude. And I've no idea. They're apparently brown object flavour. I'm guessing that's perhaps chicken of some sort, maybe. So I need you to decide, is it 1, Mexican death noodles. 2, unknown death noodles. Or 3, duh. And no, I'm not going to tell you how to spell duh. Let's build. I cover the PG Unicorn on my channel from a new perspective. Check it out, mate, with LED kit and pitfalls. Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of pitfalls. So which one do you want? That one, or that one? 1, 2 or 3? I shall give you a few seconds to decide, and I shall apply them to my face. The duh one, that's 1 vote. I shall apply them to my face with great gusto. Oh. Have a little bowl. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tony will be busy with work till next week. The new system kicks in then. Oh, yeah. Yes, he is absolutely bomb busy. With work, unfortunately. Although he might be coming out for my birthday on Saturday. Yeah, that'd be nice. So we've got 1 vote for the duh. Number 1. 1 vote for 1. Mexican death noodles. You just want me to suffer, don't you? You swines. So 1 vote for this one, 1 vote for that one. 1 vote. Oh, it's 2, 1 and 1. Okay, derpy sausage. I like that derpy sausage. What flavour is it? It's derp flavour. So that's these 2. That's 3 for this one. Bam Bam says 1, 2 and 3. I can't eat that much. I have had my tea as well. 3. I think it's going to be the derpy noodles, isn't it? Everybody likes derpy noodles. I say 1 before Trump builds a wall around it. Yeah, for those that don't know, Enigma Model Making is my good friend and American brother Adam, who's now living in his new world of Trump America. I don't know if any of the rest of you are in America. Death noodles last. I'm only doing 1. I can't do all 3. I'm a fat git, but I'm not that fat. I think it's going to be the derpy noodles, isn't it? Let's do some derpy noodles then. All of them. Yeah. I'm not that fat. These I think might be some kind of rice cake. So we got derpy noodles. People are tuning into a live stream to watch me eat Korean snacks. This is just the best job in the world. Can't tell you anything at all. There is a phone number. If you live in Korea, you can phone 080-023-5181 for all information about this snack. So if you live in Korea or you know the country code, call them now. Call them now and ask them. Call them and tell them I'm giving them free promotion for their food on my YouTube interwebs. Apparently it has 235 kilocalories, 27 grams of something, 2 grams of something else, 3 grams of something, 13 grams of something else, 6 grams of a thing, no grams of something else, no milligrams of something, and 240 milligrams of probably spicy death, I would suspect. Should we just get on with it? Right. Sprinkles. Ooh. Right, do the smell test first, where it all goes horribly wrong. Okay. They smell like... Ooh. Have a smell. Have a smell. They smell like... I don't know. They smell familiar. It's this whole thing of giant foreign croutons again, isn't it? There you go. That's the dog fed. Or the rabbit. Is it more like rabbit food, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to keep that because we'll have to do a translation on this. Let's hoping these aren't Korean death noodles. Patreon's going okay, thank you very much, White Knight. Need more of you to support me so I can be more financially secure. But I'm sure you're all very nice people that want to support me. Right, we're going to give it a try. I'm going to try one of these crispy tubes. Let's have a go. Nom, nom, nom. Okay. They're crunchy. Nom, 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 nom. And they taste exactly... Now, this won't mean anything to anybody outside the UK, probably. They're very dry. But they taste exactly like Frazzles, which are small wheat snacks that look like a strip of bacon and they're designed to taste like bacon. They taste exactly like Frazzles. Oh. Okay, Stuart, you take care, mate. Thanks for popping in, he says with a mouthful. Wolfgang, your cat gets none of this because it's mine. It's mine. Get off, it's mine now. They're really pleasant. I'm going to say they're bacon flavour. Possibly. Should we try a translation? Can you hear the crunchy? I'm not surprised. They are really crunchy. Let's have one more. I'm sure you don't want to listen to me crunching all night. Let's get the old Google Translate out and see what it says. I think it's probably going to be pork or something there. Maybe not pork, bacon. Let's find out. See if it can do. Oh, I've got to try and set this now, haven't I? Does it do Korean? Did I download Korean? H-I-J-K. Korean, there we go. Let's give this a try. See what it can pick out. Okay, let's have a look. What does that say? The big white thing says cheese 20 chili. Okay, I think it's reading that as 20. Chili cheese. Well, I'm not getting chili and I'm not getting cheese. Got to tell you, no chili and cheese. And the orange bit here says 20 charcoal barbecue flavour. Ah, you go, you see? Barbecue flavour. So I'm not sure about the chili and the cheese. But yeah, there's definitely a barbecue flavour there, which tastes amazing, like bacon flavoured crisps. So I'm going to pick into those throughout the course of the evening and crunch my way through this whole live stream, which I'm sure will bug you all no end. Do you want one? Have one. There you go. Dive in. Mine now. Can't have one. Right. I know. That Batman mug. Yeah, it's great. I love it. This is my favourite. I only poured this just before I started filming and it's almost gone. I get through about 3 or 4 of these a day. I'll probably die at like 50. I'm very thirsty. The thing about doing these live streams, it gets really warm. I don't know why. Right. What did Adam say? Pork chop croutons. Yeah, pretty much. Croutons. Right. So on to the main meat and potatoes of the evening. Das Transit van. Let's get this thing out. So all I'm going to go through tonight is just really just de-spruing and de-nubbing. While you guys have a blast in the comments, and I'll try my best to read the comments and keep abreast of them. I just said breast. Tony, where are you? So the open of the box, the look in the box video, as I say, just been sent off to models today, so you won't have seen that yet, obvs. But this is literally it. It's got 4 sprues, 3 plastic and a that's not sprue, and a clear sprue which is in the box. That's the decals, you moron. So dead simple kit. It's going to be a full paint and weather job. The plan is I'm going to do it as a battered, rusty, abandoned old van, and I'm possibly going to have like a different coloured door. I'm going to make it look like he's been to the scrappies and picked up a door because he's knackered his door. So it's gone online. I think the title for the video is Italeri 124th Transit Mark II Knackered Old Tranny Edition, which in the UK, our slang name for a transit van was a tranny, or a tranny van. Now obviously nowadays that means something completely different, so there'll be all the tranny jokes. Let's just get that out of the way now. So yeah, the one thing I want to show you about the decals. These are the decals you get. And you got all these different license plates and all the different nationality stickers for all these different vans, because this was a European van, so you could make a van from anywhere in Europe. But for some reason, the only one thing they give you to make it any kind of branding is British Gas, which is no use to anybody from Germany, Spain, France, Belgium. It's great. Of all the things they could have picked, British Gas. I love that. That's so cool. So a 1980s British Gas van. Brilliant. Brilliant. It's hilarious. Get loads of extra internet points. Right. Apologies for the sniffles. Right. How are we doing? Stroom. Oh, weathering training, Fox. Lol. Yes, it's not like I've trained anybody in weathering. Yeah, we're going to be doing... I'm going to be showing how to do rust, because this is going to be rusted to flock, basically. So I'm going to show how to do rust effects and how to do a diorama. I'm going to do a diorama for this one. Don't know what it's going to be yet. I don't plan things. Paint it mystery machine livery. Yeah, that's a lot I'm asking. Where is the RG Zaku? I'm waiting to see how it goes. I don't know. I've not got an RG. I've got a perfect grey Zaku, Roberto. That's just on a little bit of hiatus at the moment because of other stuff that's come up that I've been doing, and also because of what's been happening with Mig and Elizabeth. I've kind of held off on that for a little while. I mailed them the other day to ask them how they want to proceed, so we're going to carry on. I've got a different email address to send the videos to. I was holding off because, you know, I won't go into it, but with what's been happening with Mig, I've not wanted to. It would have been the last thing on his mind anyway, so yes. So I'm going to get back to that. Hopefully maybe this week, maybe next week, we'll crack on with that again. Start getting those filmed again. Yay, dioramas. Yeah. Depends how complex I make it. It'll either be super complicated or be dead simple. Depends how lazy I'm feeling. And I'm always feeling lazy. The best thing about this kit, by the way, they give you 2 dashboards. Now, the bad thing is they give you dashboards with these big plastic bits where human legs would normally go, which is a bit rubbish. However, they give you 2 dashboards. They give you this one with the wheel on the correct side, and they give you this one for people that live in countries where the steering wheel is on the wrong side completely. So obviously I'm not going to use that one. This is the correct one. So we're going to use the one with the steering wheel on the correct side. Now I do also have, as well, hidden away somewhere, from when I did the Revell, I know, the Revell land speeder, easy fit, snap fit, bag of shit land speeder. I know, it came out looking alright. It's the one Revell Star Wars kit that doesn't look like complete cock, apart from the fingers, which look like they should have been aborted at birth. And I used the 1/24th truck stop kit, which came with things like toolkits and ladders and bits to stick on trucks and stuff, and that's 1/24 scale. And they worked perfectly as greebles for the land speeder and things to have in the diorama, like little toolkits and a bucket and things like that. And they come with 2 figures, a standing bloke and a kind of fat truck driver bloke. So I might see if I can get if I can use them on this. I could have the fat truck driver bloke kind of sat there talking to the guy stood outside, and they're in kind of 1980s clothing, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, so I might use those. Anyway, shut up, let's get on with this. So I need my nippers. Nippers, where are we? There we go. Have a quick look at the comments. I wanted to flat coat the frame of my MG Quebler Mark II, the red one, but I'm stuck here. Yeah, don't worry, you can always go back to the Quebler. Do we know the correct pronunciation? The correct pronunciation, is it Quebler or Quebler? I've heard it all kind of different ways. I think the correct way to pronounce it is Quebler. In the same way that I pronounce it Tria. Should do a weird van like the one from Dumb and Dumber, with the fur on it with the dog nose. Diorama of its usual spot, hard shoulder on the M11 bonnet open. Yeah. Or M25, whichever is the most inconvenient. The right side is the wrong side. You could do a British version of the 18 van, pump it up. I was going to do some more of the Diag Falcon, but saw this. Just bought a sober yard model kit to train myself on dioramas. Cool. Pimp. Huge back tyres, jacked up spotlights, bull bars and red stripe spoiler. Sexy. Yeah, but it's got to look also completely fucked. So, yeah, it's got to... But then again, yeah. It's going to be like the kind of abandoned on a council estate somewhere kind of look, I think. So I'm figuring it out as I go along. Right, so... Nippers. Let's crack on, shall we? So... While I'm doing this, sticking my tongue out. You can't see that. If you haven't already, put up in the comments what you're making at the moment. Because what I like is the fact that on these kind of things, you guys just start all talking amongst yourselves in the comments, which is kind of cool. Wow, my eyesight's really knackered. I can't see what I'm doing. So how have you all been? What have you all had for your tea tonight, if it's tea time? I had a load of leftover pizza from last night and it was most tasty. Ooh, I'm seeing some bad spreewage here. Look at this. That there. It's a big wedge of plastic. No thank you, .jpeg. It's got a kind of hinge on it, so that's not too bad. I'll let you off, but it's going to leave me a big nasty... If I cut it off right against the thing, it's going to be horrible. So I've got to be really careful because I've got to have to sand that down. Look at that. Oh, actually, I'll let them off. Okay, I'll let you off. It came out good. Get this bit off. So yes, I have been quite busy over the last week or two, which is why I haven't done much. like I said in the video the other day. Personal stuff, real life stuff, and yes, I did kind of get stuck playing Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls Online. Any of you play the Elder Scrolls Online? I mean, Skyrim is just the best game ever made, let's just be honest. Elder Scrolls Online, I don't know. I don't do MMOs, so I've got no experience of MMOs, so I can't judge it based on that. I'm playing it as a single player game, so Space Helmet's coming on, so I can see what I'm doing. So you probably just see this now for the next half hour, however long. Yeah, so I started playing the Elder Scrolls Online. It's alright. I'm playing it like a... Oh god, I'm getting the knife out, aren't I? You're all ready for the bloodshed? Beer time. Ooh, there's an idea. TK, get your beer out. Oh god, I'm just getting nervous now because I'm being filmed and I'm watching it and I know I'm going to stab myself and you're all going to laugh and then there's going to be comedy and Tony's going to make it into an amusing little clip. I'll tell you, how long ago did I stab myself in the leg? Right, it was what, a month ago? It was a day or two after I stabbed myself in the thumb when I dropped my knife and stabbed myself in the leg. I've still got a scab. It's not gone yet. And I put a big plaster over it when I stabbed myself in the leg. Put a big plaster over it. And sat there for a couple of days. And then I realised to my horror, obviously it wasn't, seeping blood everywhere. But what had bled had kind of fused with the plaster. And I realised I got this plaster wedged to my leg. Fused with the this is gross, I know, but fused to the scab. I'm thinking, hang on, this plaster's only a cheap one. It's going to stop peeling off in a day or two. I don't really want to pull it off because it's going to really, really hurt. Because it's kind of melded, it's mind melded with the scab on my leg. So I stressed about it for ages, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get in the bath, and soak for a bit, and it'll just float off. So I plucked up the courage because I really didn't want to just yank it off my leg. Plucked up the courage, and just as I was getting ready to go in the bath, it just fell off. And I was like, oh, you little bugger. Making me stress all that time. And you just fell off. It's my life, basically. Every time I move this blade, I'm getting nervous because you're watching me and I know I'm going to stab myself. Mind you, Tony's not here, so I probably won't stab myself. Ha ha! See what happens when you're not here, Tony? Nothing. Nothing happens when you're not here. We may need to take the leg if it's not healed by now. Yeah, it's just got a little scab. Best game so far is Life is Strange. Not played that. That's a kind of thinky game, isn't it? Elder Scrolls Online was okay. Got naked elf lady to lap dance, as I say, on a chair. Lol, but game's top big one. Yeah, Elder Scrolls. I'm enjoying the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm playing it like a single player game, basically. Now, it ain't no Skyrim. Don't make any mistake. It's not Skyrim at all. I watched Ron review that. Am I thinking of the wrong game completely? I am, actually. Yeah, it's not anywhere near as complex or as in-depth as Skyrim, or interesting, but it's all right. It's quite pleasant to pass a few hours of wandering about. Okay, that's quite good. Now, because I'm painting this, I'm not needing to stress about. I'm never going to see that anyway. I don't need to stress about, like on a Gunpla, making all the edges nice and smooth, because it doesn't really matter on these parts. A, you're never going to see them, and B, they're going to be painted over, so just as long as it's smooth, that's all I need to know. And this is the joy of proper gluey painting models. I haven't done one of these for, what is it, 2.5, 3 years now? A proper gluey painting model? Do I even know what I'm doing? I've stood still on Final Fantasy 15 for 45 minutes now. Yeah, it's probably the best way to play it. I usually cut my thumb to bits without realising. I'm sitting there doing that with the blade. I'm making you all panicky now, aren't I? Foxy Fox, Gunpla fixation. Oh yeah, I like the little grey fox there. Grey Fox, that's Metal Gear Solid, that is. Somebody asked about the Metal Gear Solid bear guy. Yes, that will happen. It's just a little bit on the back burner at the moment because I've got these things to do, but it will happen. I did say it wouldn't be straight away. I still haven't heard from the guy that won it. I did. If you're there, James, I can't remember your name now. James, something beginning with H. I did message you, but it'll have come from my personal Facebook, not from Modelmaking Guru Facebook. But if you haven't had that, just send me a message, just to let me know you're still around. I did message you to say, hey, you've won, and it will get done. So it's just on a bit of a back burner, because I've got this to do, 3 models. I've got the trio for my lovely Patreon patrons, and I have the Zaku to do. Yeah, Zaku was just taking a bit of a time out. I didn't want to be sending emails to Mig. The difficulty was, not that you need to know really, but the difficulty was that when I was speaking with the guys at Mig, I was actually mailing Elizabeth. So, and that's the only email address I had. So that was the last thing I wanted to be doing was mailing the guys at Mig right now at this exact moment in time. So I just put it on hold for a while. It seemed like the right thing to do. But I've mailed them yesterday. I've got a new contact, so that will be carrying on. And I know most of you probably won't have ever dealt with Mig in this way, but I got to tell you, they're a really nice bunch of people. For those of you who don't know, the way the whole thing came about, because the Zaku build is being done for Mig Jimenez. It goes on my channel, and they just rather graciously just link to it. But it all came about because Mig actually messaged me and said, hey, I like your stuff, would you fancy doing a collaboration? Would you like to do a thing with us? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be brilliant, thank you very much. So we had a chat and sorted it out, and that's how that got started. But yeah, I've dealt with Mig himself and the other guys, and they're all just really, really nice people. They're really good people. God love them. They're a really nice bunch of guys and girls. Not cut myself yet. Yeah, you couldn't ask for a nicer bunch of people to deal with. And I mean, I've dealt with them as a customer before, when I've ordered stuff from them, and they've always been super professional and really nice. But now, having dealt with them, behind the scenes, they're just nice guys. They're such nice people. Such really, really nice people. Okay, that's that one. I need my big fluffy brush of brushy. Brushy. What are we doing in the comments? Oh, Gundam fan's gone. See you later, mate. He's gone. I don't know why I'm saying that. See you later, dude. Oh, hi, Miskatonic podcast dudes. By the way, if I always call you by your handle and not your actual name, please don't be offended. It's because I have the absolute fucking worst memory for names in the world. And at the moment, this is where I'm being really honest with you guys. At the moment, there's so many different guys who have YouTube channels now that I know, and that groups of us from various things know, and that are in our inner circle, that we know by the name of, say, the YouTube channel. And by the way, let me know if I'm going too loud or quiet. Hey, Josh. So there's so many people that we know, like, there's obviously me, and there's Adam at Enigma, and there's TK at TK, and there's Tony at Helgen, and there's Ted at Skipper Scale Models, and we're a little group. But there's others, that we know as well, like, Let's Make Models, and Make Models, and there's Will from Let's Make Models. Wait, no, Models by Will. See, I'm getting it messed up. There's a little group of us, and you'll come to know us when we start doing podcasts. And then there's people outside the group that we know anyway, whose channels we follow and things like that. But it gets really confusing because I'm really bad with names, and I end up not remembering who the hell each person is. So I'll know people by their channel name, and I'll be like, such and such a channel, is that Paul, or is that Chris? Is that Dave? Is it Ted? Who is it? So if I do call you by either your nickname on here or your YouTube channel name, please don't be offended. It's just that I'm an old man, I've got a rubbish memory. Names were never my strong suit. And I don't want to sit there and say, hey Dave, how you doing? And you go, yeah, my name's Paul. And I'll be like, oh, sorry, that's really embarrassing. So if I'm not sure, I'll just call you by your channel name or your user handle. So don't be offended. It's not that I don't know who you are. I do know who you are. I just can't remember your name. It's great when you call your girlfriend Bob. It doesn't work at all. before you doing it, no problems. No KTK ordering a set off eBay. Only wants to have a Doolittle Raider. Oh, that's your F4, isn't it? You thingy. Yeah. Yeah, TK, you know all about decals, you do. TK is great. If his model hasn't got like 5 billion decals, he's not a happy puppy. These are horrible. These little nubs here. So you can just get it on camera, but it's like they're just. I hate nubs that just kind of go into the flat bit because they require all kind of finagling. Right, what was I talking about? I don't listen to myself. B25, we will let you off. By the way, when I was saying about let me know if my audio goes and you can't hear me, because I don't know if the battery will go on the microphone, you can probably guarantee I'll just witter away non-stop. So if I do go very quiet, I haven't actually shut up, it probably is my microphone's died. So there you go, that's how you know. I don't do quiet. Doing that video for remodels today, and I was like, God, I was watching it back, and I'm like, I really can't shut up, can I? I just can't not waffle. Yeah, so I played some Elder Scrolls Online, that's pretty good. Played some more, I got back into Skyrim again, I've played through it twice now. I think I'm on about 900,000 hours in Skyrim totes. And started that again. I always play as a Khajiit, because Khajiit's cool. If you know me from my previous life when I had a webcomic, I drew anthropomorphic animals. I didn't do people. I can't draw humans. If I try and draw a human, it just looks like ass. But if I try and draw like a dude with a dog head, then it doesn't come out looking like ass. So, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so that's the kind of thing I used to draw as animal characters. So of course I'm going to pick the dude that looks like a cat. This one has a natural affinity for the animal characters. May your feet find warm sands. Yeah, that's a really bad Khajiit impression. Okay, so that's that bit done. Yeah, I don't like when you get nubs that encroach onto the actual plastic surface, because don't guarantee you're going to look anywhere near decent. Now I know I'm trying to get it smooth with the sanding stick there. I don't need to, because as I say, it's going to be painted up, and I'm going to have at it with the Dremel to make some rust holes. Excuse me. I need to do a coughing fit. Let me just turn the microphone off. Hang on. Where's my little switch? Don't want to deafen you. 1 second. There we go, that's better. More coffee. Ooh. Now I need to blow my nose. Oh, do you know, there's one advantage of having a mute switch on this microphone. Give me a second. There we go, that's better. Sorry about that. Loves the hoodies. Loves the comics. Still need to order a hoodie. Yes, Adam, you need to spend lots of money at my benefit. If anybody wants to go and read the webcomics, you can't post links in these comments. I was about to ask Adam to put a link in there, but you can't do that on here. I've turned that off for spam protection. So I think if you go to... What's the web address? Let me find the web address for you. Let me have a look. Oh God, I've just opened Internet Explorer. Ew, why have I done that? Ew. Internet Explorer? No. Dying of fire. Ugh. Where's Chrome gone? Where's my Chrome gone? Hang on, I'm having computery issues. Vitiscom. There it is. I don't know where my Chrome's gone. My icon for Chrome has disappeared off the desktop, and I refuse to use Internet Explorificator. Oh well, let's just find that instead. The web address for it was... That's not the right one. God damn it. Okay, if you go to avoid spikes, avoidspikes dogsounds, dogsounds.com. avoidspikes.dogsounds.com. That was my old website. There's about, I think, 3 or 4 years worth of comic strips on there. What are we reading? Do a batter wheel arch. Fords were prone for rusty wheel arches. Yes, they were, and I will be. There. They're going to get the Dremel in there and go with some little holes. I'm going to put some around the corner of the door, just above the sill, because my Fiesta does that. If it was a Mark 1, I'd be having rust down these parts here as well, because on the Mark 1 you had the tube headlights. So, yeah. Hang on, just checking something. Is the stream still going? Have I just pressed a button? Oh no, still going. Yes, good. Yeah, the old Mark 1s had rust always down this corner, at the corner pillar, so you can't really get that on here. We'll get some around here where it's like this panel wraps around, so there'll be some down there. There'll be loads of little holes. What are the... For fuck's sake, it wasn't muted. Did I not mute it when I sniffed or coughed or blew my nose or something? Did I not? Have I unmuted it now? And what am I on now? Wait, was my microphone not muted when I was carrying out body functions? I will apologise greatly if that was the case. Oh, you were joking. TK, just stop. Have you had to change the battery on that mic yet? Mine is still going strong. I've not used it that much. Most of the time I have it plugged into my phone and I don't need to use the battery because it takes power from the phone. So only right now I've got it plugged into my computer and that needs power, so it uses the battery. Loves the comics, just one PC. Drink more coffee, smoke a cig to clean you out. Yeah, I had about 15,000 cigarettes before I started. Oh. Do you realise as a hardcore smoker, me doing this for like an hour and a half, 2 hours is really hard work and not having a cigarette. Ruffle, PMS, yes. God, I'm going to have just for that, I'm going to crunch loudly into the microphone. What? Nom, nom, nom. How's that for the microphone being on? Oh, dried out now. They have a kind of nutty taste as well. It's a bit like, it's not that strong a barbecue flavour. Like I say, it does taste more like, I can't really describe it unless you're in the UK and you know what Frazzles taste like. But it does taste like that rather than barbecue. I just ate really loudly down the microphone. That's so rude. TK, see what you've made me do now? Do you know? It's a bad influence, you guys. Just for that, I'm totally not going to stab myself on camera for you now. I was going to, but I'm not going to now. Ooh, look at this. I don't know if it'll come out on camera, but if you look at this bit here, oh, where is it? There it is. It's not straight. That's straight there, and then it goes up like that at this corner. I'm looking at the screen the wrong way around, so it's kind of weird, but this bit kind of curves up. Now, I'd expect that from a Revell kit, because Revell kits are just made of ass, basically. Wow, that's a bit poor. Oh, well, not to worry, you're not going to see it. That bit's done. Not stabbed myself yet, guys. There has been no stabbage. Hey Fox, watching while I eat my lunch. What you having for Brett? I need to know what I need to know what you're having for lunch. It's very important that you tell me what you're having for lunch, and it doesn't matter what it is. Just tell me it's burritos. Just say burritos. I don't care what it is, as long as it's burritos. Saw a good post today where someone had used 00 grade flour to get a really good rust effect. Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of people using flour. Handy tip for you as well: if you're ever using super glue, especially on a resin kit, if you're mad enough to want to make a resin kit, apparently I've just paid Facebook something. What? Why am I paying Facebook? I had an advertising campaign about a month ago. They can get lost. Yes, if you're gluing payment to Facebook, my arse. Thanks, Obama. If you're gluing with super glue, and the only time I really recommend that is if you're gluing resin things together, or metal to plastic or anything like that, and you want to make a really strong bond, Ideally, if you're gluing, say, two resin pieces together like two halves, and you're trying to make a strong bond and seal a gap. Apparently, if you mix flour in with it, no, talcum powder. Mix talcum powder in with it, I think. It makes a super, super strong bond. It makes it set rock hard and really, really strong, so it's not going to fall apart in 2 years when you knock it very slightly. There's a handy tip for you. If you want to reinforce a joint with super glue, put some baking... Was it talcum powder or baking soda? Wow, this advice has just become completely useless because I can't remember. Go and look it up. It's on the Googles. It's either flour or baking soda or talcum powder. I've just made it even more useless by giving you... I'll shut up. Ignore that advice completely. It's the worst advice ever given. But what did the Romans ever do for us? And quite a little junkyard of parts here. I think I've trimmed this already, haven't I? Have I trimmed this? Oh, no, it's just really good for nubs. Cool. Have I already done this bit and I'm just doing it again because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing? Yeah, probably right. It's a nice plastic. It's not fragile feeling. One thing I'm not sure about on this kit. Okay, it's burritos, but I would be lying. I don't care if you lie. Lying is not a problem. Telling me it's burritos is the best thing. Yeah, you got this thing here. That's for. I think you're supposed to cut it off because it's just like when it was in the mould. Because that wouldn't be very health and safety having that right between the driver and the windshield. But I'm not going to cut that off just yet because it's probably there for a reason. I'm not quite sure where this bit sits. Where does that sit? Or is that for the back door? Is that for the tailgate? That's far too big. So it must be for that. So I'm trying to fit things together without knowing where the hell they go, which is just the dumbest thing in the world. There you go. Yeah, I think you're supposed to cut that out. Cut that out! Right, let me put those in the box. Didn't plan this very well. I've not got anything to put them in. Do you know? It's my usual complete lack of planning. I'll put them in the box. I'm going to need a bowl, aren't I, of some sort? Something to put them in. Have I got anything here right now so I don't have to get up and get anything? No, of course I haven't. Arse. We'll put them in the lid for now. And then we'll sort them out later. There we go, that's those bits. What's next? The first lot of black parts. What we're doing in the comments. Talcum powder, that's the one. Powderer. More super glue will be run over the baking soda, which would absorb. Polyester resins have a high shrinkage. You went all technical then. Welcome to why we took typing in high school, TK. Googled. I wish it was burritos. I know. I've never had a burrito. Never had a burrito. I really want one. I do now as well. Help yourself to objects. Go on, dive in. Mine. Damn it, now I want burritos. Snack fill bowl. There we go. One very useful quick super glue has it that can be rapidly set off by baking soda. The baking soda also thickens the... I'm having to scroll left and right here. Liquid. See what happens when I bring the internet hive mind into play. I'm going to need to go and get a bowl for these small parts, aren't I? Have I not got a little tray? I can use this for now. I don't want to get up, you see, because that'll be a right pain. See, I told you it was baking soda, or talcum powder, or baby powder, or powder. Right, so let's get these snapped off. Hello, what's that? Facebook have charged me £7 something for an ad that I placed about a month ago. I'm hoping it's just you pay at the end. You know, like you do a sponsored post. I can't remember what I sponsored now. I did it for about a month. It was alright actually. It did me alright. It wasn't too expensive. It was like £7 or £8, I think, for a month. Oh, exhaust pipe. This is tricky dicky stuff, this now. Don't want to be snapping exhaust pipes. I'm cutting a big chunk of the Big chunk of the big chunk of the sprue off with it for super careful purposes. Exhaust pipe. Again, eat the snacks. Bowl ready. Hang on. I'll tell you what. Look, boys. If I ate all those snacks, all those in one go, I need about 6 of these because the moment when it's in my mouth, it's absorbing all the moisture in my body. I'm basically desiccating while I eat. I'm not actually sure what they are. I think they're noodles, dried noodles, but I'm not sure. They look like little bits of noodle. I could be wrong. They do have a peanutty flavour to them as well, which is bizarre in a barbecue flavoured thing. Mirrors. Mirror. Yes, this kit has the old how to do wing mirrors by just painting the glass part silver, which is a bit rubbish. And I said in the video today, why don't manufacturers for once take a leaf out of Bandai's book and give you a little tiny sheet of foil stickers where the only foil stickers are reflective silver ones for the wing mirrors, because that would be brilliant. That's the one time using little reflective foil stickers would actually be a spot on mint way to use them, because no matter how well you try and paint the wing mirrors, they just look like pants. You paint them white, they look white. You paint them silver, they look like silver with gloss varnish on. I have to see if I can. Somebody somewhere must sell silver reflective foil sticker sheets. I can cut some out. I have to look into that. Looks like cork. I don't know actually. It looks like something. Let me give you a close-up look. Out of the light, unfortunately. Looks like something. I'm not sure what. Well, basically, I can imagine. If you've ever watched the How It Works videos where they take you into a factory where they make, I don't know, rubber bands or condoms. Whenever I see a How It Works program, it's always the one about rubber bands or the one about condoms. I'm sure there's more than 2 episodes. I can imagine they show you this machine where it just makes like a 600 metre long tube of this stuff that just extrudes from a nozzle, and it just goes and cuts these up. Brilliant. But I can't keep eating them because it's dead noisy on microphone, and that's just rude. What's it talking about? Yeah, so I may investigate. Somebody somewhere must sell self-adhesive sheets of self-adhesive very reflective silver. I'll have to have a look and see, because then I can just cut out the relevant mirror shape. Fish pellets, I don't know. Tetra fish, Tetra pack, what is it, Tetra, what's it called, the fish stuff, Tetra fin or something. Oh, I ate it now. See what you did? It's your fault. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Maker Models. Hang on, I can't drink this with the visor down. You had to say about dried maggots while I had it in my mouth. Ooh, I'll rephrase that. It's Elvis bread and he's going to be full of money. Oh yeah. Yeah, don't try raiding me. Kill me, 1 gold. 1 gold. I'm like a world boss. 1 gold. Well, maybe 2 gold. What was I talking about? No idea. Yeah, I'd have to, if I got some foily type silver stuff, I'd have to trim it and it'd probably look rubbish. But it's worth a try. I'll have a look and see. How long have we been going now? I've got no idea how long this has been going on for. Ooh, an hour, that's alright. Oh, that's fiddly. Very tight in the corner there, we were. Aluminium foil tape, big roll, make your own. Yeah, it's sticking it down. It's getting aluminium foil. Ooh, that's really fiddly. I'm going to need a knife for this. Here's something I've not done since I was a kid, cutting something off the sprue with a knife. Yes, I'm going to cut myself. You watch. It's not the right blade, really, but... yeah, the problem with aluminium foil tape is it's not always going to be flat. Might get crinkles. There is that, what's it called? The stuff you're supposed to be able to put on. Actually, there is that stuff you can put on that's adhesive that's actually designed to go on. You can use it on planes to get the metal, what's it called? A bare metal foil, I think it's called. I could get some of that. It's not cheap. I could get some of that. Just cutting it to look nice and... Okay, see you in a bit, TK. Bare metal, yes. Miskatonic, that's just exactly what I was saying. Bare metal. If I can find someone that's got it and it isn't going to be stupid expensive. Right, I've got to do these wipers right now, because if I mess these up, I'm completely screwed. Because I do not want to be painting windscreen wipers. One thing that put me off making car models all those years ago, apart from the fact I didn't have any interest in doing it, was that you had to paint windscreen wipers that were moulded into the clear windscreen. It's like, oh, for the love of God. The worst design decision ever. Thankfully, Italeri, they don't give you separate moulded handles for the doors, but they give you individual windscreen wipers. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. That's the stuff. Yes, it indeed is. There's a big steering rack, pinion rack thing here. Look at me talking like I know what the hell I'm talking about cars. Truss, probably a good word. Oh, it's a good word. I don't know if it's the right word. That looks like the gear stick. No, I haven't got the numbers in the top. That's rubbish. It looks like I've got 2 handbrakes. I don't quite know why I've got 2 handbrakes. I know transits were bad, but I don't think they needed 2 handbrakes. I thought one might be for one side and one for the other, but they're both the same. They're not chiral, they're both the same. Okay, I'll need the knife again for this, aren't I? Where did I put the knife? There's a knife. Right, should we see if pingage occurs? It's not the right blade for this, really. There we go. 2 handbrakes. Don't know why. Send you a link to aluminium foil sticky tape. Cool, cheers. You can always have the wipers ripped off the van. Yeah, good point. Be right back, seeing a friend to the car. Cool. If it's Brandon, make sure you fire spitballs at him while he's going to the car. Enigma Model Making, Adam, on his channel, his very good friend Brandon has started doing. If you haven't watched it, go and check out Enigma Model Making on the YouTubes. Adam's the guy that's doing the wooden goddamn scratch built wooden TARDIS. His friend Brandon has started doing some builds on there of a Guntler for beginners, and the poor bugger's there trying to build this prototype Zaku type mobile suit. Really nice little HG kit, and Adam and Brandon's missus there in the background firing spitballs at him. Poor bugger. He met the challenge with great aplomb. It was most amusing. Okay. Put a Gundam head as the hood ornament. Oh yeah. Foxx only of the Falcon. No, the Falcon is on indefinite hold. Purely because it's 3 times the size of my workbench. There's nowhere for me to build it. Literally nowhere. It's in a cupboard in its little envelopes. Each month's episode is there in its little black bin bag that it comes in, piling up. There's nowhere for me to work on it big enough. So at the moment, until I suddenly somehow develop a garage converted into a workshop, which would be nice, but never going to happen. It isn't going to happen at the moment. I really want to, because I want to get it done, because it's enormous and looks awesome. And I think I said in the last live stream, my big plan for it. I've got anything left on there? See anything on there? That's an empty sprue, isn't it? Yeah, it's an empty sprue. My big enormous plan for it was that I'm doing this. You realise I'm taking the parts off this sprues. And on a Gunpla it's really easy, because I know that's a leg part, that's an arm part, that's a piece of chest armour. Yeah, I'm going to be like, right, I need to find this bit that looks like, B33. Oh well. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Yes, I had a big plan for it, was to, when I finished building it, basically get a huge glass case made of strengthened, toughened glass that would effectively be an enormous glass display cabinet and also a coffee table. So it would just sit in the middle of the room in this glass case, atop which you would put your beverages or newspapers or whatever you put on your coffee table. That was the plan. But yeah, whether I actually ever get to make it. Space, just haven't got any space at all. Still waiting for issue 57. Grr. Well, the problem is, I'll tell you what, boys, the problem is, of course, I'm just getting these and putting them in the cupboard. I have no doubt that what will actually happen is I'll come to like do it in 2 or 3 years' time, and I'll be like, la 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 la, oh wait, I've got a piece missing. And it's like 3 years since they stopped doing it and you can't get them anymore. Or there'll be like one bit where they did a thing saying, oh, we messed up one of the things, so if you've got this particular issue, please contact us and we'll send you a replacement. Yeah, I'll have missed all that. So guarantees it'll bite me in the ass. I'll have a piece broken or a piece missing or an issue missing, and I'll be like, well, that's the end of that then. Also as well, the other thing was that I'd stopped doing it because there was no point me getting a piece of armour, filming it, getting a piece of armour, filming it, getting a piece of armour. So my decision had been for a while just to wait till I had everything, build it and then paint it. Otherwise, every episode will be, today we're going to paint yet another piece of hull plating in exactly the same way we did in the last 35 episodes. So it wouldn't have been an interesting video series. No. Do. If I thought about it, I thought about this. You know how I posted up the picture of me with I got myself 3D scanned. And I'm still waiting for it to arrive, but basically what I should receive is a 1/24th scale resin model of me. For just silly reasons that I'm going to paint up. If I thought about it, I could have got myself sat on a chair, scanned, sat on a chair, and I could have had myself in this van. The moment's passed now. Bring it round to mine, you can use the shop. Yeah. Not really that keen on travelling. I've had a few people actually offer to give me access to workshops and things, which is very kind, but when I'm working, I need everything to hand, and I need everything in my little comfort zone. I know where everything is. It'd be a right chore to put everything I need into a box and bring it and then come home again, and it's not worth it. There's nothing worse than having to go. I had many years ago when I was doing my drawing, I was starting on a graphic novel that I never finished, one of many. I actually had a little tiny studio that was a mixture of all my music recording equipment, so my synthesizers, my 8-track and all my recording equipment, and my drawing board and everything else that I used. I had a little tiny studio in Manchester. Now if any of you know, I don't know if it's still there, it's been years since I've been to Manchester. Used to be a nightclub in Manchester many years ago on Ducey Street called Home, and above that Urban Splash had a load of offices. Oh, that's very fragile. Ooh. It was an Urban Splash property that had loads of offices upstairs, and I rented an office out, and that was my recording studio and art studio. I had it for about 4 or 5 years. Somehow I managed to get a really good price for it, monthly rent, in Manchester city centre in the early 90s. Somehow I finagled a really good price, but then because it meant I had to go to Manchester every time, I never used it. Because I'd be like, oh, I could just fancy going and doing this idea I've had for some drawing, and then I'd be like, but I can't be arsed driving into Manchester town centre. And it never really happened. So I've learnt, basically, my mojo is so delicate that I need everything to hand right there and then. If I have an idea to do something, I need people to do it there and then. If I have to go somewhere to do it, it's just by the time I get there I'm bored. Should be a mini Foxx painting contest. Yeah. Maybe I should get a load, because I can order reprints of it. It's like 20 quid a pop though, but maybe I should order reprints and then have get a load of them sent out. But then I'd give a prize for the best painted one, but you'd already got a free 20 quid figure off me, so I'm not quite sure what the prize would be. Right, this is the correct English. There's driving steering wheel on the right hand side. This is correct. Don't need that one. This is the right one. Nope, 2 comments. TK, bonus points if it's in pink. Foxx models will get great Patreon rewards. Hey, give me money and I will give you a model of me. That's so narcissistic and also at the same time so hilarious that maybe I should do that. If you pay this much for so long, you will get a model of me. Behold, you can now paint me to your heart's desire in whatever colour you want. That's actually a really good idea. Thank you for that, Miskatonic. I will have to keep that in mind now. It's a really good, it's just dumb enough to be a great idea. If I can get enough patrons to give me enough money to buy enough copies of that model that I can then give them away free. That's a really good idea. I like that idea. I don't know why I'm taking the hubcaps off, because I don't intend to have the hubcaps on it. Because who have hubcaps on an old battered van? £20 GBP for that. I had a similar idea about the Falcon and making a coffee table. Yeah, it's kind of, how else you can display it? They give you a display stand for that big D'Agostini Falcon. And it's like a wall thing, like you're hanging your big plasma TV off the wall. And I'm like, you know what? No way I want to wall mount this 750 kilogram, 900 pound Millennium Falcon with 1,000 tiny fiddly bits on to the wall. No, not happening. Not going to happen, because it will fall off. There will be tears. Someone is going to get hurt. Don't know what these are for. I could look in the instructions and find out, but what's the fun in that? Where are we? 2 with the tutu, biggest mug ever. Proper, yes, it is. The thing is, when I've got my visor down, it's like, so I have to. I'm running out now. I have to go get some water in a minute. Just crack the canopy of the Corsair. Looks salvageable, luckily. Ooh, how do you crack the canopy on that? What were you doing, standing on it? Do they come in perfect grade? Well, bizarrely, Adam, they come in whatever scale you want. You can do them. The company that does it, I'll tell you what. Let's give them a free plug. Give them a free plug. It's a company called Model U Design Scan Print. What they do, they're based in Wales. What they do is the most of the stuff they do is for model railways. They have a collection of figures you can buy, which are all scans of dudes in costume. But they'll also go to like model railway events throughout the UK. And if you go in costume, or you go along to their offices and you go in the right costume, say you're a model railway and you want a load of 1950 style railway personnel, go in costume, they'll scan you in, and then you are the figures for your model railway. But they'll do anything. And they can do anything from 121 to 220 up to 132nd. But they also do, like mine's 124th. He's kind of told me they can do whatever scale they want. So if I said, can you do a 1/60th scale figure of me knowing I'm 5'8", they'd be like, yeah, that'll be this tall, there you go. The only thing is you can't just turn up and get scans done. I'm not sure how you'd not figured that out yet. You can't just go to them and say, can you scan me? They tend to go to events, like model railway events. And I got this done at Scale Model World a few weeks ago. But if you want the web address, it's www.modelu3d. It's not going to come out, is it? modelu3d.co.uk/shop. They've got loads and loads of figures for sale and bits of, if you're into model railways, they've got little lamps and things to put on your trains. Loads of railway based figures, but they can do anything. I don't know how good the quality is because it's not arrived yet. So yeah, Model U. And it's not actually pronounced Model U. There is a Welsh pronunciation of it. And I can't remember what it is. But it's not actually Model U, it's Model E or Model I think. I don't know, it's the Welsh for you. And you can get as many copies of it as you want, and they keep your scan on file, so that if you ever want to get more copies of it, you can. So you check them out. If you ever need a custom figure. I guess if you're not in the UK, it's not going to be easy to get yourself scanned. So that's really if you're in the UK. This pile's building up now. I should have got myself a bigger tray. Bobblehead Fox, I would want them off the truck. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Roadie Hobby Corner. Hey, Benoit. Yeah, there's no R in Benoit. Asda Amy does 3D printing of people. Ooh, I'll have to check out my local Asda. What are your thoughts on the ZZ version car coming out next year? Yeah, kind of cool. I'm not really into the ZZ. the double Z, double Zeta. I know it's Zeta in English, to English people, but Zeta sounds better. I'm not a big fan of that suit. Looks good though, looks good. It does seem a little strange that they're dropping back on the number of master grades they're actually producing and bringing out. And it does seem to be in favour of the IBO 1/100 scale kits. Is that all the parts? Because I don't need that dashboard. That's the silly one with the wheel on the wrong side. It does seem to be more of a focus on the 1/100 IBO kits. So, yeah, but hey, you've got the massive Zaku coming out next month or December. The Psycho Zaku. Hello TK. Sorry mate, no problem mate. Hello, remember it. Lol, Benoit. What else have I missed? SD only, I reckon. Give me one. I've not missed any comments, have I? Asdamita, you've done that one. Hello, remember it. Yes, Ilta, how did you break the canopy on your Corsair? And can you fix it? Has it been fixed? We need an update. We need an update on this crisis. Or is that why you've gone quiet? Because you're sitting there sticking your tongue out and gluing things really carefully. Canopy glue, mate. Canopy glue. Don't use normal glue, you'll fog it. Yes, I'm waiting for my little figure of me to turn up. The only thing is, when I had the scan done, I was wearing my Modelmaking Guru hoodie, which is now available, remember, on the Cafe Press store that I set up really quickly and didn't bother doing any design on. That's why it looks like ass. And I had my Borderlands 2 Jacobs t-shirt on. And it'd be really cool to actually reproduce those, but I'd have to get decals made, and my experience of having decals made has not been a good one. I'll have to see if I can get some decal paper, but I need to find some with a laser printer. Oh, look at that, there's a nub right on that corner there. You can see it, hang on. Look at that. Just the worst placement of nubs. I mean, do you know? Yeah. You missed a load on your build and tea questions. Build and tea questions. Wait, is that to me or is that to TK? Who is that to? Is that to me? Missed a load on your build and tea questions. I don't understand. Explain to my simple brain. Again, for those just joining us, I've got all the sniffles tonight, so apologies for being sniffly. God, it's a horrible nub. Even Bandai aren't this bad. You could put a nub there. I can sand it down. It's just going to lose that really crisp edge if I'm not careful. Again, I'm painting it. Oh, that's no good. Great big numpty. Putting a nub right there. Bam pot. Ooh, a little bit of sticky out nonsense. Pleased to be removing. Trying not to stab myself. Haven't stabbed myself yet. Sorry, I was putting white tack inside and it slipped from my hands. Oh yeah, doing anything with canopies like that. Yeah, I've done that. What manufacturer is it of kit? If it's a Revell, although I often decry Revell, you can actually get spare parts from them. Takes them a couple of weeks, but if you go to the website, if it's a Revell, I think same for Airfix, if you go to the website, Revell will actually send you a replacement part at no cost. I'd lost the tail plane off my Colonial Viper once, and I filled out the form saying, hello, I lost this single piece, and they sent me the whole sprue. I'm like, cool, I hate you, but cool. But then again, it's Revell Germany, and it's a German website, so it's all efficient and correct, so you will get good customer service, because this is correct. Oh, sniffle. Oh, I think I'm getting a cold. I don't want to get a cold. Colds suck. Do you glue your Gunpla? If so, which glue do you recommend? I bought some Tim Extra Thin stuff the other day and it seems to dry really quickly. I don't glue my Gunpla now because you don't need to. Unless it's something that's particularly loose and I want to glue it just to reinforce it. Or it's something that's broken and I need to glue it back together. In which case, yes, I'll use Tamiya Extra Thin. Glue. Don't use extra thin glue. Pay attention to your instructions on the Gunpla. Pay attention to the instructions for your Gunpla. The page where it lists all the different, where you see the picture of all the different sprues, it will tell you for each sprue what plastic it's made of. It'll say PS for polystyrene. It'll say PE for polyethylene if it's a polycap, and it will say ABS often for the inner frame. Tamiya Extra Thin will work fine on the polystyrene. It will eat alive the polyethylene. You never put it on polycaps, so keep it away from polycaps. It'll just mess up the joint anyway. And it won't work on ABS because ABS doesn't have enough polystyrene in it for the glue to melt. If you ever need to glue ABS parts, and here's a handy tip, the D'Agostino Millennium Falcon is ABS. So in the instructions they tell you to use super glue to glue it all together, but if you do that it'll just look like ass. It's like saying, you know, please do a beautiful painting upon this grain of rice but only use a yard brush. You can get glues for ABS. Tamiya actually do ABS cement. It's the one with the blue lid. And that is designed, basically ABS has a very low, if any, polystyrene in it. And the way things like extra thin and polystyrene cement work is it dissolves the plastic and welds it together, but it needs the polystyrene to do that. If you try gluing ABS, it might work if there's enough ABS in there, enough polystyrene in there, because it does contain some. But more often than not, it's not going to work. So if you've got ABS frame parts, if there are ABS parts you need to glue them, just maybe get yourself some ABS glue. I don't know if anybody else makes ABS glue, but to me it is very hard to find. It took me ages to find any. It was some obscure little Japanese website I found it on, because it's not very common. Apologies for the noobish question, not at all. No questions are noobish questions, Scott. That's why I do what I do. My whole channel is devoted to telling people how I do things, to make it obvious, hopefully, that it's not that hard to do it yourself. A lot of my viewers are, when you say noobs, I wouldn't say noobs, I'd say people starting out on their journey. And a lot of people that follow me are following me purely for that reason, because they want to learn new things. And besides, even people who've been doing this for years ask questions. There's things I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get the tyres to look flat on this kit. I don't know how I'm going to get rid of this nub mark. It's a right pain. You know, there's things I don't know. So there's no such thing as a noobish question. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know how to do something, you're never going to learn how to do something unless you ask somebody how to do it. And there's many things I don't know how to do. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer questions. I don't consider any question noobish. The only questions that sometimes get me down a little bit, and I'll be really honest with you here, it's not something I normally say out loud, but you do get that thing where, for example, I'll put up a video, and this is a kind of behind the curtain sausage factory, how the sausages are made thing here. I will sometimes put up a video, and let's say, for example, the entire point of the video is, let's pick an example, how to do gunk washing with oil paint. And I swear this is true. I put up a video. I don't think the comment's on there anymore. I think the user deleted it, but I put up a video, and the entire focus of the video was how to do a gunk wash with oil paint. First question that appeared: what paints did you? What kind of paint do you use? Oh, the title was how to do oil paint gunk washes. I'm pretty sure it said it in there. The description said all, and it was all the way through. I said exactly what paints I'd used. I'm like, okay, come on now. Come on, just watch the video. So that kind of question, yeah, that's the kind of question that makes me just go sigh. But I'll still answer it. You know, I'll still be thoughtful and polite and answer it, because that's the kind of guy I am. This is really vexing my head now. Right, that'll have to do. It doesn't need to be perfect because it's going to be painted and it's going to look battered anyway. There we go. It's much better. Putting white tack inside to mask the inside. Yeah. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, actually, yeah. Good point, Adam Scott. Yes, I do some glue on seams. If you're filling a seam line, my apologies. Totally forgot. Yes, if you're using a seam line, I use Tamiya Extra Thin, and also, where's it gone? Tamiya Extra Normal. Well, Tamiya Normal. I'll seal it first with the Extra Thin. Put it in the seam line, squish it together, and it bubbles out. Let that dry for a bit, and then go over it with the thick stuff, just to make a bead of glue that covers up the join. Like, imagine that's the join, and you've got a bead of glue that goes over it. And then when it's all dried over 24 hours, I can then go and sand that back. So yes, I do. Tamiya Extra Thin is just the best glue in the world because it's so thin. Just remember, with Extra Thin, the whole point of that is you don't always, unless you're filling a seam, you don't need to slap glue in there. You just put the pieces together and then touch the gap with the brush, and the glue is thin enough that it will go in by capillary action. There you go. Revell Pro glue. Yeah, I mean, Revell Pro, the Orc Boy says Revell Pro glue seems to work on the Diag. I used some Tamiya Extra Thin, it did actually seem to work. So it may well be there's just enough polystyrene in the ABS to stick. But because it's a production over a couple of years, there's no guarantee that they'll keep the same mix of polystyrene and ABS and other components that go into that plastic. So it probably will work, but I wouldn't be surprised if I got my cockpit tube out after 2 years and it's all kind of fallen apart. But I just wouldn't recommend CA glue. It's just CA glue breaks down over time, eventually loses its grip, goes yellow, goes powdery, goes all flaky, and if you knock it, it will just shatter. So super glue, really, I don't understand how people make resin kits that don't just shatter after a year because they've been sat there with super glue. Question should be, what brand of paint do you use if you don't see it in the vid? Yes. Didn't catch the model brand or kit number. World's biggest noob, EMM, and fingers like sausages apparently. Where is all the Starship oil paint filth gone? I have no idea. Can't tell you about that. I don't know anything about Starship filth. I don't even know what Starship filth is. What's Starship filth? TK, do you know what Starship filth is? I haven't any idea. If in case that was actually a serious question, they don't make Starship filth anymore. They stopped production. It's gone. That's it. They do one. MiG 502 Abteilung Smoke is now pretty much basically the same stuff. It's just called Smoke now, and it's just as good. I've been using normal Tamiya glue on the Falcon. It works just fine. RHC now. Office is next to the bedroom, and the missus wants to sleep and not hear Foxx waffle. Surely everybody wants to listen to me waffle. That's what headphones are for anyway. Duh. Wait, what was that an answer to? Be right back again, got kids at the office, so we'll switch to the tablet. Oh, right, sorry, yes. I've been missing all the... Oh, sorry, Basil Designs. Yes, it's the Transit. It is the Italeri 124th Ford Transit Mark II, kit number 3687. I can't show you the lid because it's got all bits in it. What are we up to? I made my own. Yeah, you can make your own Starship filth. What colours did you use making models? I'm going to guess the standard is Payne's Grey and burnt sienna or burnt umber, but other ones can be used. I'm using Gorilla Glue on the Falcon. I've not had any. Yeah, Gorilla Glue is just hardcore. Gorilla Glue will stick air to things, so you're not going to have a problem with that. Then the only problem I say with the CA glues, with super glue and cyanoacrylate glue, is it does eventually break down. It can go crusty. It can shatter, and it's just really messy. It's just messy. Beauty of any sort of glue any thin glue you can apply with a brush is that you can be careful with it and delicate. Super glue is just, even when it's really thin, it's really easy to make a mess. Yeah, burnt sienna and hold on. Burnt sienna and hold on. Hold on, my favourite oil paint colour. I have a throne made of MIG tubes. He sits in it Saturday nights and laughs at all of us looking at Starship Filth. I'm denying all of that, but yes, I do. There is a throne. It is made of Starship Filth tubes. It's a very small throne. I've only got I'll be honest, I've only got 2 tubes, maybe 3. I think I found an extra one. Sorry about that. But yeah, 502 smoke. I'm not the guy that Tony was referring to when he said about somebody buying 20 tubes of it. Yeah, I agree with Tony. The guy that bought 20 tubes of Starship Filth. Stupidity. Because you're never going to use 20 tubes of Starship Filth. I think I've been doing gunt washes now for about 3 years, and I've used 1 and a bit. Dude, you're my breakfast. Sounded gay, whatever. The waffling bit. Payne's Grey. Yeah, I knew it'd be Payne's Grey. Payne's Grey is good stuff. Tablets engaged. Yes. I'm glad I'm appearing on your, I assume, Apple device or non-Apple device. Android user. My nephew knocked over my RG00 riser and I've been afraid of trying to put it back together. Do you have any tips? We'll put it back together, yeah. Is it actually damaged? Did anything break? Or is it just a bit finicky? Because don't forget RG kits on, especially the riser, 00 riser. Yeah, things fall off all the time. If it's just external armour, you can just glue it in place. If it doesn't need to, as long as you can glue it so it doesn't suddenly stop moving if it needs to be hinged or jointed, and you don't intend to ever take it off again, there's no problem. Should be fine. Just to get a little bit of Tamiya extra thin on there. Just be really careful with it. That's why it comes with a tiny brush, because you get your 2 pieces together and you touch the brush to it, and the glue will work its way in between the pieces. That's how it works. You don't have to slap it all over and then squish it together, especially if they're tiny pieces. That bot needs a slap. Bot? What bot? Oh boy. No, but he'll make some money on eBay. I've lost the thread of the conversation there. Never mind, moving on. I have 2 tubes. Good man. And that should last all the models. And I can even use it to weather my full-size R2 eventually. We've got a full-size R2. Kick ass. In my last job, which I don't really talk about because bad things happened. We were in a place once. It's not very descriptive. And there's a guy there who had a full-size working R2. I'm going to have another crispy thing. Full-size working R2. Cool. And he had one of the things on the front hooked up to a spit out silly string, if I remember correctly. That was quite amusing because capillary reaction. I have no idea if anything broke before it fell. Never had any loose parts. I'd just stick it back together. Should be Naruto. I'd just stick it back together. I didn't put it back together normally. See if everything's hunky-dory. If anything is a bit loose, you can always just pop a little bit of glue on there. Just try putting it together first and see what happens. I'm not doing this exhaust pipe on camera because I need to really be careful with that and some of the thin parts. So I'm going to be really careful with that off camera. Full-size Boba Fett build on the go. Dude, seriously? You need to send me a link to your Facebook page. Next time you're on the Guru Facebook page, send me a message with a link. I need to share that with the peoples for you. Full-size Boba Fett. God, Tony would be just doing a little bit of a sex wee right now if he knew that. See what he misses out on when he's not here? Yeah, well, there you go. Hey, Stream. Welcome back. I'm doing tiny bits now. No hope of ever sanding these. But this is underneath parts. So if I have to leave them a bit rough, I can do. Silly string projector, that's going on my gadget list. Yeah, so I'd describe it more as a silly string cannon. Maybe a bit small for a silly string cannon, but silly string cannon just sounds fantastic. This battery's still going on my microphone. It's quite cool. See, when I have a microphone, it works hard. as you all well know. Can I even get a sanding stick in there? Ooh, just. Wait, what are you meeting? I missed that part. James Lorimore, they are small wow, the white balance has just gone completely to shit. Small discs of happiness. I'm on Korean snack foods. Yoon Saw, one of my followers, sent me all the Korean snack foods, so I'm trying those out. And they're supposed to be barbecue flavour. They're kind of like bacon wheat snack flavour. But I can't eat them without drinking coffee because, I was saying before, they absorb all the moisture from my body. Oh. Is that a bit dumb? Have I been sanding stuff and putting it back in there? Idiot. I finally have confidence to try it. Thank you so much. Not a problem. Like I say, if you put it back together, it should be fine. But if you do need to glue two parts, let's say, let's find two parts. Let's say that was supposed to go on top of there, like that. Don't put glue on here and glue on there and slap it, because you'll get stuff bubbling out. Just put them together. And then just get it's a little fine brush. Just touch it to the edge. And it should, capillary action should suck it all down. You don't need a lot, basically, with Tamiya extra thin. If you think the brush on the pop lid is too big, just use a fine brush. Just finished revamping my Chewbacca full size. Dude, really? Awesome. With real fur or painted? I'm assuming real fur. Hey, T2AK. Hello. Yes, that does sound great. Kids get too close. Boom! Silly string everywhere. Yes. 1-to-1 Death Star. Yeah, I think I read something today that somebody worked out it cost them 60 quintillion pounds a year to run it. Time for a new cup of coffee. Always. TK, I don't actually mind cold coffee. I like cold coffee. I can't stand cold tea because it tastes like balls. But cold coffee's nice, especially when it's got 4 sugars in it. Fresh beer here. Yeah, we don't have beer here. Well, we do, but I can't when do I really want beer when I've got one of these? It's not going to end well for me. It'll end great for you guys. Wouldn't end well for me. I used to never drink coffee. I'm an addict now, thanks to my wife. Prawn soup. Ooh, that sounds quite nice, actually, prawn soup. Prawn. Yeah, I've got all quotes from District 9 in my head now. Fucking prawn. What am I working on? It is the, again, I keep forgetting that people come in halfway through. I can't show you the lid because I'll tell you what, let's just show you the lid. Hang on. Let's remove things. It is the Italeri. What fell on screen? 124 scale Ford Transit Mark II, kit number 3687. I'm doing this for emodels.co.uk. It's going to be one of their video series. They'll be on my channel. It'll go on my channel like a week later. I'm doing this for them. It's going to be weathered, battered, rusted. It's quite cool. It's quite big. So it's going to be rusted, battered, weathered. I'm going to put holes in it where rust has corroded it away. I'm trying to figure out how to do cracks in the windscreen, but I've not figured out a good technique for that yet. I've been looking into it. I found out how to do shattered glass, but I don't want shattered glass. I'm going to see if I can find some 124 scale just crap to go in the back, like boxes and junk and stuff. I'll get myself some lolly sticks to make some planks. I've got a plan for the side door to be a totally different colour. And then we're going to do a diorama as well. So it's going to be cool. So I'm basically doing a how to do rust tutorial and a how to do diorama tutorial in this build. A good Nissin cup noodle for me. I've got a box of Nissin cup noodles right behind me. I can't show you because it's out of view, but there's loads of them. I've got a box full of Korean and Japanese snacks, and I do have some more snacks on the way from other parts of the world that I know about. Beer, yes, beer. What beer have you got, TK? Avail us with your strange Nederlandish or Flemish or Belgian. It's one of the three. Strange Belgian beer or Dutch beer, whichever one you've got. Is it going to have a in it? That's what I want to know. Sounds fun. What about just scratches for the cracks? I don't know. This is to T2AK. I don't know. I've looked at a few techniques that I've seen on the interwebs. Some people just paint them on. and it looks gash. It just looks awful. I could theoretically get some, say, Scotch-Brite and put scratching into the glass to suggest things like where the wipers go back and forth and you get that scratchy, streaky stuff. That would kind of work, but to get actual cracks, I've not come across a way that in my mind looks anything other than complete gash at the moment. So I might not. Just step on. Yeah, that might just shatter rather than crack. I'm making a diorama for an abandoned VW camper van. Finding 124 scale rubble crap is so damn hard. Go in your garden. Go into your garden. See if you've got any little stones and bits of pebbles. If not, do you want to know a really great way to make rubble? Get a house brick. Beat the living shit out of it with a hammer. Put it in a bag, obviously. Beat the living crap out of it with a hammer. It's enormous great fun. You'll work out all your stress and tension, and when you come out, you've got chunks of house brick which look like rocks, boulders, and debris. That's what I did for me for the land speeder. That's all I did. I sat in the garden one pleasant Sunday, beating the living crap out of a house brick. My neighbour was like, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "I'm making a desert." And they went, "Okay." And then they walked away slowly. I get looks from my neighbours sometimes when I do stuff in the garden. Wow, that took forever. There's some flash on there. Yeah, take a house brick and just beat it up with a hammer. You get all different sizes, and the more you can take some bits and do them more, and the finer and finer you beat them, you'll get more dust and dirt. So you'll get a mixture of dust and gravel and all kind of bits and bobs. It's a house brick. It's a really good way of doing it. Like with a hobby knife. Stroom, it's Dutch Belgian beer is world heritage. Since today I'm Belgium. Belgian beer is the best in the world? No, best beers in the world are English ales, proper northern English ales. Best beer in the world I've ever had, and I've said this before on video, is Dunham Milk Stout. Can't beat it. Well, it's torn between that and Robinson's Old Tom. Robinson's Old Tom will cripple you for life. And Dunham Milk Stout is just a nice, smooth beer that's basically that colour. You get a glass of that, basically, and it just goes down like a treat. And all you do is you drink a lot of it, and then you get kind of sleepy, and then it's the next day. I just found a big rock for my trooper. Cool. Getting a stock with Chimek. Stream boxes and such, but thanks for the brick tip. Oh, right. Go to... I might have a web address for you. Evil Monkey, hang on. Let me have a look. Let me load up the old Chromings. See, I'm a font of useful information. I've lost Chrome again. Chrome's disappeared off my desktop again. What is going on here? I don't understand. This is completely broken. Right, let's just... Chrome's being weird. Let's see if I can find this link for you. I'll put my hand here so you know something's actually happening. It's not accurate model parts. Oh, okay. I did find a website once that specialised in stuff for models, like gas canisters, barrels, crates, pallets. I used some on the Striker build, and I can't for the life of me remember what the web address is. See if I can find it. Apologies, I'm not actually doing anything right now. Let's see if I can find this for you though. Shops, airbrush stuff, Gundam, how-tos, display bases, aircraft lighting, file camera, reference package, shipping, fitting food. Marquee fighter, diorama stuff. Oh, diorama stuff, is it in there? Oh, we go. There we go. Right, it is a company called Add-on Parts, and it's addonparts.com. addonparts.com. They do all kinds of stuff. Fencing, a lot of it's resin. Fences, barrels, pallets. They do even carpets. That little Persian rug I had on the Striker build, it's a 1/72 scale Persian rug, and it's actually fabric. They do tons of stuff. So it's Add-on Parts, addonparts.com. www.modelmakingguru.com. You'll find stuff there in 124 scale, trust me, I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look. This is where I read a bit that says we don't do 124 scale. They do scenery, ammunition, dioramas, bases, books, tools, diecast, and all other kind of things. And if you can't find stuff in exactly that scale, you can probably find stuff in a similar scale that you'll kind of get away with. They do things like bases, like cobblestones and concrete wall. Oh, actually, do you know, I'm having some ideas for dioramas. I might have to get some of their stuff for this transit van diorama. Ooh! Yes. So addonparts.com. Everybody should go there. That's where I got, if you watch the Striker thing, where I got the gas canisters, the pallets and stuff, they're all resin. Just remember, if you've never worked with resin before, if you're sanding resin, for the love of God, wear a respirator, because that stuff is like inhaling volcanic ash. It will just settle in your lungs and kill you to death. I have a friend who says that American beer is the best in the world. Your friend is clearly a fool. American beer is just the least interesting beer in the world. I do apologise to my American viewers. American beer is just not interesting. It's weak and... See, I'm not a big lager kind of guy. I don't really do lagers. I'm an ale man. So... yeah. Have you tested Belgium Trappist beer? Yes, Stream, we have. We actually have a Trappist, or we had a Trappist bar in Altrincham near me where I live. And my friend Mike, who now lives in New Zealand, oh no, he used to love going in there because he loves his Belgian beers. And I thought they were overpriced and not that interesting. They were alright, but too many of them had that really flowery, sweet taste, like made of flowers and blooms, and it was like, I don't know, that kind of Hogarden, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, the Hogarden taste. It's that hoppy. I don't like that taste. I like proper dark ale. I'm an ale drinker. I can't drink fizzy lager, and I'll tell you for why. Here's a story. I might have told this before. Many years ago, when I was a young lad, I was in the pub and I was drinking Foster's all day long, and I know Foster's is just piss-fasser, basically. Horrible. But I was drinking Foster's all day long, got completely tanked, went home. It was the middle of winter. So I got into bed and I made a little burrito out of my duvet. So I was this completely sealed unit and I slept all night long. I was like dead warm and toasty in my little duvet burrito. Happy as a pig in the proverbial. Nice and toasty. Woke up 12 hours later and had to throw myself across the room because basically I've been trumping all night long with fizzy lager trumps, which are not pleasant. So yeah, didn't drink fizzy lager after that. Nope, I agree, Fox. Just say Ashfeld. Hello, would you like a little bit of Ashfeld? Yes, yeah. It's not like asphalt. That's Guinness you're thinking of. Guinness is like asphalt. Guinness is nice, but it's a bit of, it's a bit lightweight. You want proper ale. Smooth, soft ale that you could drink all day long because it's like just drinking really nice water that makes your legs not work. It's the best thing about ale. But ales aren't for everybody. I like proper hard stouts, but a lot of people don't because they're not sweet. But I can't drink fizzy stuff because it just gives me the tremendous burps and farts. By the way, to any American viewers, you may not know, but Trump is what we call is a childhood word for a fart. So the fact you're going to have a president called Fart is the funniest thing ever. And then you realise the consequence. You think, maybe it's not the funniest thing ever. Fox sent you an example of the cracks I was talking about on Facebook. Okay, I shall have a look later. I just heard adfarts.com. Ashfed. Doombar is a lovely beer. Last year I had going teetotal. I've not had Doombar. I did have a beer once that was, I think I've said this before as well, but the one beer I had in the Belgian Trappist bar that we had near where I live, which was quite nice, was some special Christmas one. And it was basically called Santa Doesn't Exist. It was an English Belgian beer, go figure. And it was basically a really dark beer with chocolate. It said it had chocolate nibs in it. Cocoa nibs, it said. Cocoa nibs. I have no idea what a cocoa nib is, but it tasted brilliant. It was called Santa Claus Doesn't Exist. Christmas beers, what can you say? Right. Right, how long have we been going? Right, we're going for about an hour and 3/4 now. I'm probably going to wrap it up there because we're going for an hour and 3/4. It's going to take approximately a week to get this onto YouTube's. Let me just double check my feed thing. I need to go for an enormous wee anyway, and also go and smoke a lot of cigarettes and get more coffee because it's gone. Look. It was a miracle it lasted more than 5 minutes. I go through these so quick. Either I drink it really quick, because the thing is for me, right, if I'm not drinking coffee, then of an evening I've got my classic British 1970s dimple beer glass, and this is what I drink water from. And I can drink 4 or 5 of these of an evening of water. So I don't just sit here drinking coffee all the time. Well, I do. But when I'm not drinking coffee, I'm drinking water. So but these can last me for hours. I can drink them really quick, and it's like la 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 la, gone. Or this can last me for hours because I don't mind cold coffee. I know I'm weird like that. Let's have a quick last look at the comments. I heard that, and I love that Trump means fart over there. I plan to use that a lot. I would. D1000 will definitely try to reacquire you there. I would. Thank you, Making Models. America has just been infatuated with IPAs for the last few years. IPAs are like poncy beers, really. I don't mind an IPA, but they're a bit poncy. Just give me an ale. Give me the beer of men that work down the pits and, you know, shovel coal and it's proper working man's beer. As the Scottish call it, a great big pint of heavy. Big dark ale. No, I really want beer. Time is it? 9:47. It's too late to go to off license and buy a whole lot of beer now, and it's only going to be Guinness if I do anyway. Well. When I check Adam Parts on Google, Adam Parts? I don't want you to look at Adam Parts. No, it's add on. It's AD. I'll type it out for you. Hang on. Add. I can't type the URL because it won't let me. So it's add on parts. Hang on. Adam Parts. Good job Adam's not here. I think it's .com. Let me just double check. Oh, I closed Chrome down. Oh, you spoon. Hang on. Momento per favor. My Chrome link really has disappeared completely. Parts. Add on. There we go. Yes, so it's addonparts.com. There you go. Yes, please stop looking for my parts. Yeah, don't you don't look for Adam's parts. I'm sure he wouldn't be too keen on that. Yeah, TK IPA meh. Yeah. In fact, I'm surprised when you checked Adam Parts on Google, he didn't get a whole lot worse. Let's just leave it at that. No one makes any good ales here. I'm sure there must be some. I think ales are really like a working class English thing, a proper I think it's a northern working class English thing. I don't know, but I like my dark ales. Just see if I'm missing anything on the comments. Ashfeld. I don't know if you wanted me to say Ashfeld, TK, just because I was talking about dark beer, or because it's just because I was talking about Irish stuff. I got told off for having the worst Irish accent in the world once. I used to work with a lady who was Irish, and I used to sit there and do my silly pretend Irish accent. She went, "You know, your Irish accent is the worst in the world." And I'm like, okay. But I'm still going to do it because it annoys you. She went, "Oh, I hate you." Anything else? Let's have a look. No, I deleted those pics, Fox. Ringwood and Badger make nice ales. Yeah. There's a couple, but they are $8 to $11. The thing is, in America right now, from what I pick up in podcasts and stuff that I listen to, things like IPAs and that kind of like the microbrewery type stuff, it's really kind of it seems to be a real kind of San Francisco, California, Ponzi kind of, I drink microbrewery ales because it's kind of a real annoying lower middle class kind of like, oh look, I'm drinking this kind of beer, not white trash beer. It's like that kind of, no, I'm not part of that. I just like nice ales. If I could, at some point I would offer a prize in a competition of just like a big crate of ales, but I can't send it. Yeah, good luck sending beer to America. I'd just be arrested. Asphalt is Dutch. Okay. I didn't know that. For 22 ounce. But then again, another way to find accessories for models is to find the train scale closest to you and use that scale. Yep, that's a good point. A lot of stuff is designed for model railways. like the chap that does. Oh, look at those over there. Oh shit! I've got no coffee. I'm desiccating. I'm desiccating. Thank you, Chibi Naruto. Right. I ate that without a beverage to hand, so I'm going to desiccate quietly in the corner now. I shall, as the word I was looking for, Jeff, snobby. I shall call it quits there. We're going for almost a couple of hours. Thank you so much for coming along, everybody. I was a bit less panicked this time. It was a bit easier to read the comments. As usual, I got pretty much bugger all done. But that's not really the point of these evenings. I didn't stab myself. Sheathed. Safe. Safe mode is on. Yes, thank you all for coming along. If you didn't watch all of it, don't worry. This will go up on YouTube once it's been processed anyway. And that's going to do us. We will be doing... A group of us are going to get together in the next few days and do some practicing for a potential... Now, I'm saying potential because it might not work at all. It might be complete ass. For potential future podcast. Video podcast. So stay tuned. It might not work, we might not bother doing it, but it's just a plan we've got. It'd probably be a complete ass, so. But you never know. What else? This has gone off to eModels, this first video in this build series. So they should hopefully be putting that up in the next few days. I'll put mine up about a week later to give them a grace period because it's for them on my channel. So stay tuned, I'll post up when this goes up. If you're a Patreon subscriber, the next Kshatriya video should be up hopefully later this week. I'll do another one if I get a chance. Other than that, not anything else to update really, but I can taste this stuff it's in my teeth now, and I'm still desiccating. I need to go and get a drink. But thank you all for watching. Yep, Jeff, give it a try. You've not missed much. There was no stabbing. There was no stabbing at all, I'm afraid. It will happen again. Enjoy the next coffee. I will do, Scott. Thank you very much. But yeah, thank you all again, as always. This face. Thank you so much for watching. I'll go and drink a lot of coffee now. Actually, no, I'll drink some water. And we'll do another one of these soon. It's kind of handy when I'm doing this stuff, because it's just boring sitting there doing this. I may as well have a chat while I'm doing it. And you guys all kind of have a good time. Night TK. Good night at Making Models. Alright, thank you very much, Roadie Hobby Corner, and you too. And Enigma Adam, take care, matey. Jeff. Oh, sad face. I know you've just got here. Oh, that little sad face you put on there, Jeff, it looks so sad. Oh, I'm going to have to stay on for another hour now just because of that sad face. Nah, you catch up on the update, and we'll let you know for the next one. But yeah, it's just the saddest face in the world, Jeff. It's just so adorable. It's just like, oh, I just dropped my ice cream. Oh, that's what it looks like. Right, thank you so much again. You make my life so much better. Take care, and we'll see you soon for the next one. Adios, amoebas. I've just said that now, and I've got to try and find the off button, so it's not quite a sudden cut. 3, 2, 1. Back in the. That's not the right button. 3, 2, 1, and